Hey everybody, JR from JR's Cars, and today we have another engine failure. So stay tuned, and I'll tell you which car it is in the fleet, if you can't already tell by what's behind me here. All right, so let's get to this here. If you've checked out some of my older videos there, I have this 2007 Ford Edge, and originally, car was great, had no problems with it. Then all of a sudden, last winter, it overheated. My wife was driving it, and it overheated, and I originally thought it was the head gaskets, but it turned out to be the water pump. So what happened was the water pump. It's a common failure on these 3.5, 3.7 liter Duratec engines. It basically just took all the coolant that was in the engine and dropped it into the oil pan, because the water pump is driven off the timing chain, and it's inside the timing cover. So all the coolant that came weeping out of it just went right down into the pan. We didn't realize it until obviously it overheated. So we got it back to the house, and the car was parked for a while. So if you check out, check out the video up at the top over here, you'll see what I actually did to do that repair. And it took a while to repair, and it kind of pisses me off right now that this car now has a bad engine. Because I spent a lot of time working on it, and it was over the course of time, and I really do like this. It was at the point where I wanted to unload one of the cars here because I just have too many hanging around, and I was really torn on which one to get rid of, and I wanted to keep the Edge because I really do like it. But it made that decision for me yesterday. So basically what I did was I took the whole side of the engine apart. I had the whole top end of the engine apart. I put it all back together. I didn't record the second part of it because I just wanted to get it together, and I was working until like 10:30, 11 o'clock one night, and I just wanted to hear it run. I wasn't going to video the rest of it. So I got everything all back together, cranked it over. Everything's been great. I've been driving this car around for, God, like the last, what has it been, almost 2 months now, something like that. And I've put about 1,000 miles on it, and I had no problems with it up until yesterday. So figured, you know what, nice night to have some Chinese food, go and get some Chinese. I go to pull out, and I got onto the highway. Everything seemed to be fine. Rev it up, a little bit, like maybe 4,500, 5 grand, something like that. But it's no different than what I've done before. And it was fine up until the point where I got to the next red light, which was maybe about like a quarter of a mile down the road. It started, I don't know, like running kind of rough. It almost seemed like it was stumbling at the light, but no, I didn't see anything else happening. Then I got to take off. Everything was fine again for just maybe about another quarter mile, and then the check engine light started flashing at me. And it ran like absolute and total dog crap. So I drove it just a little bit more to see if it would clear up. I just got some gas in it, so I figured maybe it was just poor gas or something along those lines. But then it cleared up, and everything was fine. I go to pull down my road. I make the turn to come down my road, and then I hit the gas, and all of a sudden, clack, a clack, a clack, knock, knock, knock. I was just hearing nothing but a rod knock in the bottom end, and I was so pissed. But here, I'll give you a listen to what it sounds like. So this is what it sounds like when you first start it up, when it's cold. And this is what it sounds like after it's been warmed up for probably about a minute or two. So needless to say, I'm really pissed about this. I checked the oil. Ever since I did the repair, I got good clean oil through it. I've had no issues with the oil. Everything's been really good. When it started making the noise, first thing I did was I let it, sit when I got home. I checked the oil to make sure that everything was okay. It's right in the crosshairs, so it wasn't from a lack of oil. The only thing that makes sense to me is when the coolant got into the engine, it aerated, and it just wasted the bearings before, and it was all on borrowed time. So, let this be a lesson to everybody who has one of these 3.5 or 3.7 liter Duratec engines. You really should have your water pump replaced early enough to prevent something like this happening. Because if you get that coolant going into your engine oil, a lot of people go and do the repairs and everything else, but you're on borrowed time with your bearings afterwards, because it's not a factor of if, it's a factor of A, when the water pump dies, and B, if the water pump dies and you get coolant in the engine, those bearings are going to be wasted. So I can't say that I'm really surprised about this, but I was kind of hoping that everything was going to be okay, and I was going to be able to keep the edge and drive that around, and because it is a fun car. I like it. It's quick. You can see here, I love this panoramic sunroof, and it's a shame. It really is a shame. It's a really clean car. All-wheel drive, everything else. We're just about, we're in late October right now. We're going to be getting into snow soon, the dreaded 4-letter word. But, I figured I was going to keep it through the winter, and then, maybe get something bigger, something like that after the winter. But obviously, the Ford had other plans. So do me a favor. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you don't like it, you could hit that thumbs down button too, because I sure as hell am hitting that thumbs down button. Share it with your friends. Let anybody know who has one of these engines to keep a look at it, and check out the other video of what it is, of what I have, which I'll post down in the description below, of what I had to do with the water pump, because it is a hell of a job. It's an expensive job, and it takes a while to do, and it takes a while to do properly. And if you get coolant in your engine oil, you're on borrowed time, my friend. So I hope everybody's staying safe, and I'll catch you in the next video, because right behind me over here, that Mercury is getting worked on next. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and you'll catch what I'm going to end up doing with that car. Take it easy, everybody.